So this thing is stepping forward, and and it seems quite intent, actually, upon advancing upon the opening to the doors to this building.
How good a fighter is over?
We'll see.
From how the look of how good a fighter.
I'm actually not using a character class for many of the non-player characters, so he's not actually a cleric.
No.
He's a very holy person, but
But he won't hold up in a fight.
Yeah, in game terms, he's a little squishy.
Of course.
Just assassinate them one bug at a time.
How far away from a tree are the bugs?
Well, they're swarming away from it.
Can I throw a little mash at them?
That's an interesting idea. They have moved away from the tree as they came together into this form. And it is, let's see. It's about man-sized. It's not quite as tall as the scary dude in the basement. Let's just remind you that you do have friends.
Yes, I do have some baboons.
And you do know what the thing in the basement is most interested in, as far as you can tell. Food.
Edible insects.
But they are rich in protein often, so.
Yes,
Yes.
they are.
Healthy.
Yes. Crunchy,
Yeah.
yes.
Crunchy on the outside, chewy on the
It
inside.
gets stuck in your teeth.
Why do you know that?
I went to the Disgusting Food Museum in Malmö.
Okay.
So I had a bit of scarab stuck between my teeth the entire day.
It's one pile. It's why I don't like eating popcorn.
Yep.
Just
I eat
thinking
it
about
for an entire week.
Just thinking about it. All right.
The first time I match, I did throw lift match at it.
Is it night
Thing.
time? Shouldn't there be torches about, perhaps?
No, this is actually still. Yeah, this is coming to the. This is coming. This is more or less sundown, I think. Probably. I don't think that Over lights up torches in this courtyard. So you'd have to go out to the city street to get something, but there would certainly be.
I have a tinderbox on
Yes.
this too.
So that's going to be your activity. Now let's see.
This is going to do much to swarm bugs. I might get one or two, but for the it's thousands of hundreds.
You can't go wrong with fire, but you need.
Oh, and just FYI, you have the arrow of slaying against chaos creatures.
Yeah.
But then you know for one thing there is no temple on the Street of Gods that is either chaos or law.
Yeah, it's good for you.
Neutral something.
Yeah,
There's also true neutral. So let's see, there's 10 and there is 12, that's 22, that's 5 dice, right? And then 10 more. 2. Okay, and then, oh, that's brutal. Okay. Well, you're a fighter as well as an assassin.
Yes.
And you can examine this thing with a fighter's eye. And I don't think it's going to be very difficult for you to assess your intelligence being.
Intelligence is 12.
Okay. Well, you're not brilliant enough, but let's put it this way. You can assess it and say, I wonder which weapons will be most effective against a thing like this.
Without the sword or it's something slashing is going to work. It's a bug. It's just going to slash through it and there's still much left. So my normal thing's not going to work.
True, but there are things that could operate in the area, or you could improvise something, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something to consider. All right, roll initiative. I don't think surprise is relevant.
No. 2.
3.
So
So
throwing a mat count as a projectile.
as what?
As a projectile.
It will be an action. You will be making a roll hit of some kind. And so therefore, now given that, permit me to inform you that this is an extremely formidable foe. And
Up to you.
When I'm with someone who can't fight.
I roll a 6. Regardless of the fact that it doesn't actually solidify enough with the end of its limb to catch you, and it is, yet again, your dexterity reaction modifier that saves you, not your armor. So that means that you are slippery as a fish, as this fist comes down, or what?
Lump.
The lump, right?
Yes.
And the impact that it strikes with is terrifying. I mean, it hits.
So make
hard.
sure to stay away.
Right. This thing hits super freaking hard.
Right.
And it was really fast. You know that you dodged that by at least 75% luck.
Right.
So, literally. So, therefore, I leave it to you now to think whether you want to fight this thing alone.
No.
Back to you. We are having a fine time in the sewers, and I'm glad you're not wearing your good robe. Just because of the word sewer does not mean as nasty as everyone thinks. It's just water.
Yeah, mostly.
And also, as this is kind of a slightly uncomfortable crouch, but you're not.
Okay.
But you're not this tough.
No.
And so, and you are pretty good at seeing in the dark, but now it's getting toward pitch dark.
Okay.
Which is not quite as good.
No.
And so, therefore, you may be proceeding slowly.
Yeah.
Fortunately, this thing.
I stop and listen as well.
Do you have a roll for listening?
Do I? I haven't got a clue.
Hear noise.
Hear noise. 15%.
Let's see how that goes. Actually, this will be a noise of something kind of like, well, whatever. I'm not sure. Nope, okay. And so, at this point, you're not at the point where the noise would be how am I going to put it? There would come a point with any noise where you will hear it.
Yeah.
You had a chance to hear it before that point, but you didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. So therefore, continuing along, therefore, what that means, as far as I'm concerned, is that you've lost the chance for an automatic surprise. If you had heard the noise, then I could say you could strategize your approach. But now you won't hear the noise
Nothing bad
until
will happen.
you won't hear the noise until
It's
such a
only,
time as there's as there's a chance for surprise on either side, not guaranteed. So did I say either side?
Might have slipped.
Because you have come upon a more open area, which is quite dark. Where'd they go? They have slave takers, fond of torture.
Nice.
Yeah. Right. Normal infravision, same vision as you. Therefore, it's quite dark for a while, and then you will see a glimmer because they need sunlight. Infravision doesn't work underground in pitch darkness, so therefore they need sunlight, and they do. You see, a chamber up above in which low-level lanterns have been set up, and you can hear now. Unfortunately, you are close enough for their mean little voices gabbling in lawful evil. Ooh. And they are mocking their poor victim. And with nasty little laughs. Yes. So now I believe we're going to roll for surprise.
Is the D6 or?
Yes. And I believe this is just ordinary. I don't think that they've got any special bonuses. So let's remember how this happens. Because it's actually not clear who's rolling. I think you roll for your own side to see whether you're surprised.
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah, that's the way that they seem to phrase it. And you will be surprised if you roll a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
And it's the same for me.
5.
Neither of us is surprised. So that's good.
Yeah.
And in a better world, we could then treat that as an initiative roll as well.
Yeah.
But now we have to roll initiative, depending on what you basically say. You look in, hoping that you've got the jump on them, just as they, or some of them, are looking at you. And Osborne, bless his good heart, looks up from where he is strapped down and looks up through his hair hanging over his face and says, "Marden, run!" He doesn't want you to get hurt. You were already hurt. Yes, you were already hurt for the cause.
Yeah.
And also, he has reasons.
Okay.
So, which you don't know.
No.
So he is apparently, helpless in some way. There's something. He's a magic dude too. So something's suppressing, or something's wrong with his.
But he's tied to something.
Yes.
Yep.
And which also that hampers your
magic.
Yes, exactly.
Magic gestures.
I'm never going to forget that.
Yeah.
So there you go. What shall you do?
Command. The one closest to Osborne.
Yes.
Because I broke my social spells, not my fighting spells.
Excellent.
So I tried to command them to untie.
Mm-hmm. Now, so the casting time.
You tell me.
Wait.
I think you have the
handouts.
Yeah.
This is why I make handouts. Second level's coming.
1 second.
Oh, that's right.
So,
I'd forgotten how fast command is. And then, it's one of the very few spells that you don't have to prepare or that would occur later in the round. And then here's our order of actions reference sheet that I want. And I want that for us too. I believe that we have an initiative check.
5.
2. You have 1 initiative, and therefore your spell goes off. Now, what does it say precisely? Target?
Target 1 creature.
Aha.
Components B. Is it visual?
Verbal.
Okay.
It's a command.
Yeah.
Apparently, you don't have to do anything except talk.
I think they need to do. it has to be a single word, which untie is. Must be uttered in a language which the recipient is able to understand.
When you just spoke in lawful legal, I assume. Which
Hopefully,
you know they
Osborne
speak.
didn't notice. And it's absolutely clear and unequivocal. So I can't say suicide because that could be a noun. So then, I would never.
I was going to say that for some reason they show evidence in this text of troublesome play.
Yeah.
The girl's trying to correct it or scold you for it.
Creatures with the intelligence of 13 or more and creatures with 6 or more hit dice or XP levels are entitled to a saving throw versus magic.
They have no saving throw.
Great.
It is quite clear that they are of low intelligence, as it is listed there, and that they certainly do not have 6 hit dice for a creature. So not so bad. Let me quickly do a somewhat arbitrary, but not utterly arbitrary check on how many there are. It's got to be more than 2. If there's more than 2, I'm going to increase the limit.
Okay.
There are 6.
Okay.
Which that means I need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Oh wait, that's the wrong die. I'll have to roll another one of those.
Thanks a lot. It's like that. Not at all.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Okay. So now I have their hit dice, or hit points, and now I have the fact that they are quite unhappy with you. One of them diligently gets to work, and I, saying that he would suddenly like untie his belt or something is ridiculous. Untie, right? So he gets to work, whoever that, she or it gets to work. They are like nasty little people, really just I don't even know quite how to describe them. But they're not like stereotypical goblins in later fantasy. Think of them more as distorted, sort of horrible little people, right? And so, and I let's even give them those weird peasant caps, with the ears sticking out, with the long things there. But I don't even know what those are. But anyway, they're wearing. Some of them are wearing those. And so yes, one gets to work. We might as well make it that one first in line. And then let's make the 3 who are able to get to you, while the other 2, the final 2, kind of back up a little. And one of them is even like casting an evil eye toward Osmore, positioning himself.
Okay.
To strike at him. Armor class. 7.
+1 for the cloak. So 6.
Right. Yes.